Hello fellow YouTubers, in this video I'm going to be doing a, well, not so unboxing, but of the review of the filters. Now here we have close-up camera lens filter kit from Polaroid, and here from the same company we have 4-piece multi-coated camera lens filter kit. Now what are these for? So this is to reduce the focusing, I suppose bring up your focusing a bit closer. So let's say if with this lens the minimum is I think about here where my hand is. Let's just give it a try. Okay, sorry, about here. With the close-up filters I could focus from about here. Okay, so that's an extra, by three quarters less. So that's pretty neat. In case you're into macro photography, or at least you want to try macro photography, I should say, because it's not an ideal setup for that. But still, if you have standard lenses and you want to give it a try, this is a good way to go. These filters are, okay, you have a UV filter, which is this one here. Then you have circular polarizing filter, warming filter, I think that one, and you have FLD, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever it is. Basically the fluorescent light filter, which just makes the image look a bit clearer instead of greenish, as per picture, I suppose. Now, okay, so let's start with these guys. So inside, just gonna focus. Inside you have everything in nice clear bags. And by the way, the case is included. So I'll just show you one of these guys. There's no major differences. Now, as you see, obviously I already unboxed. So here we have close-up +1, and that's how it looks like. And sorry, just showing that. Slightly different. Okay, now we're gonna play with these later, and I'm just gonna show you what's the difference. Now here we have the biggest one. Sorry guys, I'm using the manual focus lens, close up by 10, and you can see straight away that it distorts the image by quite a bit. I'm going to show you how that looks like too. So that's the close-up filters. Now next, in the same bag, would be your polarizing filter, like so. Okay, nothing major, you basically screw it on. Now these are, sorry guys, 52mm, which fits most of the Canon FD lenses, such as a 28 and 50, for instance, that I have at the moment. You basically twist it around once it's screwed on, and you adjust some things there. Sorry guys, that's just my message. Okay, this is your clear filter, so your UV filter, which is the most useless filters of them all, as in filter meaning, but it does protect your lens. So if the lens is to fall on the hard surface, this would crack and maybe it would protect your lens. Now this, sorry, just some dirt on that. This is your warming filter, so just basically a little bit of kind of yellowish filter, as you see, just makes things a bit warmer. And here be your fluorescent filter, which makes skin tones a bit nicer under fluorescent light. Now I'm going to review all of them guys, and maybe not all of them on camera, but I'm going to show you what are the differences. So for the moment I'll leave it at that, and we'll do some field testing of these filters, especially the circular polarizer. Actually most of it's circular polarizer. I'll tell you why I'm not testing the other three. Well, the clear filter I told you already, because it doesn't affect your image at all, and the other ones do, but I'll tell you why, or I do like it or why I don't. I won't do too much testing. I'll explain everything at the end. Do you know what? Let's start with this while it's a bit sunny, and then I'm gonna try to do some field testing on these. Okay, so see you in a minute. And welcome back. So here we have some Lego figurines set up. Now I'm not gonna be able to show you guys without moving and changing the whole setup again, but I already preset it for all the filters so they would focus right. Now at the moment the focusing distance from the camera, now camera lens is about 1 centimeter from table, and from table beginning to the actual figurine is 10 inches or 25.5 centimeters to the focusing plane, if that's what you call it actually. So yeah, that's what it is at the moment. Now first we're gonna try the +1 filter. Give me a sec there. So there you have it, that's your +1, and that changed to the windshield, Lego windshield, which is once again the filter is 1 centimeter from the table. Now I'm using the Canon FD lens 28mm f2.8, and the distance is 7.5 inches or 19 centimeters. So that changed by 2.5 inch, or what is that in centimeters? About 7 centimeters, a bit less. Now next I'm gonna do the close-up +2 filter. Now this is the most bizarre probably of all, because the distance changed from 7.5 inches. You know guys, I'm actually going to go with centimeters because I think they're a bit more accurate in the small increments. At least I'm used to them. So again, 1 centimeter from the table, and from the table corner or edge to the actual object is 16.5 centimeters roughly to the focusing edge. So the difference is really, guys, only 2 centimeters between +1 and +2 filter. Next is gonna go +4. Okay guys, and here we are back with +4. So again, distance would be around 11.5 + 1 centimeter. So the focusing changed by about 6 centimeters, which is not bad at all. And last we're gonna try the 10 plus, and there you have it guys. Now focusing distance changed to 6.5 + 1 centimeter. So basically the total difference from the main focusing point of the lens, which was, we'll go back again with inches just quickly, 10 inches plus that 1 centimeter distance of the lens from the actual table, or 25 centimeters +1. And now we have about 6.5 centimeters +1, or roughly about 2.5 inches. So pretty dramatic change there guys. Now the focusing is very narrow. If you see now, I'm going to take this figurine and just slowly move it, and it goes out of focus straight away. So it's really narrow. And just going to show you there quickly the sizes of the parts I've used. So there you have it guys, just so you would know what they look like in relation to each other. And I'll see you for the field testing of the next set of filters from Polaroid, which is going to be the, suppose the UV filter and circular polarizer and whatnot. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, so here we'll try the polarizing filter 360 degrees around. Twisting the filter now. As you see, the reflections on the trees do disappear. Pretty nice. Okay guys, for this test I'm going to show you something else about the circular polarizer. So let's say you're using camera indoors and you have no use for circular polarizer. Now this is a bit of extreme lighting, but let's say I want the scene to be as bright, I want the keyboard keys to be seen and everything around the table to be seen. and the wall to be blown out and the stuff on the screen to be seen well. Now, as you see at the moment, screen looks a bit weird and it's washed out and I can't really make it out. Now what I could do is I could decrease the brightness on that to about here. Sorry for the lines, I didn't synchronize the frame rate. And at about this point you can kind of see what's on the screen, but the mesh of the speakers kind of became too dark and I can't see the inside, and the whole desk becomes much darker, so but you can't see the screen. So you either have one extreme or the other. Now if I choose the circular polarizer, there we are back. If I choose the circular polarizer, what I can do is I can just twist it around and see what happens to the screen. It gets a little bit darker, so I can get to the point where, let's say, it suits me. So for instance, that was all blown out and I reduced it like so. I can even reduce it to this point, guys. It's nearly black. So just come back and let's say that's perfect. So I can still see through the grill of the speakers. Now this filter makes things a little bit darker, maybe by a half stop or whatever it is, but still I can see the background clear, and I can do this with my screen. Now for those who do reviews on mobile phones and stuff like that, so let's say here we have a mobile phone, Samsung Galaxy S2, and see, that works a little bit in different fashion than from the other screen, but it does work regardless. So the point being is it might not work on all the screens, guys, but on those that it would, especially I think if it's a fluorescent light backlight or LED backlight, it's great. So yet another use for circular polarizer, even indoors. Okay guys, so welcome back to the conclusion of the video. Now in the background is just my first test of the video running, where I actually opened the boxes of these Polaroid filters and looked inside and all this and that. Now at the moment I'm with a polarizing filter as well, just reducing some glare on the screen, just to show you quickly there. See, it's much brighter in the real life. So yeah, filter kit first, I suppose, guys. So we have a polarizing filter, circular polarizing filter, and we have the clear filter, UV filter. Now I'll start with UV filter. UV filter, as I mentioned to you guys, is nothing more or less than just a protective filter. It's good to have it. I don't know if I'll use it, but it's great in case you don't have, let's say, lens cap, and you can use that as well. Now, warming filter and the fluorescent filter. Now guys, everybody probably knows these days that you can do a post-processing, color correction and all these things in the whatever software you choose to use. So I don't really think that it's such a big deal to have these filters and to use them. Now, however, I did notice that using these filters you can get nice results, maybe nicer than just color correction. I don't know, maybe it's just what I've noticed from what I've used. However, if you really want a good filter, I would recommend you to invest into circular polarizer, and that brings me to the actual filter from the Polaroid kit. The circular polarizer filter, while good, it wasn't great outdoors. You guys probably saw that it doesn't really darken the image too much. Some parts of the image, yes, not everything. I was expecting much more dramatic effect on the sky. Now maybe depends where the sun in the sky is, what time of the day, and you know where you are located in, as in kind of where the sun is from where you're standing. But I didn't think this filter was great. It's definitely a good filter, especially since you can get the whole kit for something like $15 or €15 in Europe. So yeah, it's a nice filter, and guys, go for it. Filter kit if you can afford it, and if you think it's gonna add some value to your lenses. Just make sure the thread size is right. So yeah, good kit. Maybe not as good as I would expect from more expensive circular polarizers, but again, guys, you're paying something like a quarter or a third of the price of the normal good filter, and you're getting 4 filters instead, so you know there's going to be some trade-off there. Next, just looking at the magnifying filters. I'm not sure I'm going to use them. They probably would be good if you want to take some close-up macro pictures of maybe some electronics or flowers. Now, what happens is your focus focus lane narrows quite a bit, and it gets really hard to focus, and a lot of subjects gets out of focus. You just have a narrow line there, when especially using the +10 filter. So it's not an ideal thing to use for your macro work. So if you are serious into macro, you should be buying a macro lens. However, what I found out from these 2 filter kits, they're great for beginners. I didn't know much about these things, except I knew that circular polarizer removes the reflections and maybe darkens the sky. Didn't really darken the sky too much in my case, but that's all I knew. After buying those 2 filters, I spent less than $50, and I found out what are these filters for, what do they do, how can I benefit from them. So yeah guys, if you have some money to spare, if you're new into photography, go with these filter kits, give it a try, see how it goes for you, and from there I suppose you could carry on and maybe go into macro photography or use specific filters for specific photography. So yeah guys, I did like the kit, I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna upgrade from here. And thanks you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day.